Hey, Shalom, Akim. This is Abaya Allah here, the surrogate of Yahawashi slash paradise. And all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Kahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Greatmillstone, taught this truth and rule well. Peace and salutations unto the shepherds that feed the sheep of Yahawah. It's the Heavenly Father's ancient Hebrew name, which means he to be an only begotten Son, who the word ignorantly called Jesus Christ, real name in the Hebrew is Yahawashi, okay, which means he delivers. Who is he coming to deliver? The 12 tribes, the so-called Negroes, West Indian Haitians, Hispanic Latinos, and Native Seminole Indians, and those who descend from those 12 that are scattered in every nation under heaven, okay, that look like the nations where they were scattered, okay, that could pass for other nations or other races, okay, who share their features. Okay, he's coming to deliver the one-third elect, okay, predestined of those tribes, wherever they're scattered, the wicked of our people, the two-thirds that are here in Babylon the Great, which is aka America, will not make it on this side. All right. And the other wicked Israelites scattered abroad. Okay. The ones who are not allotted to make it, they will be reborn in the kingdom of heaven through the men and women, okay, who were predestined to make it out of the destruction of America. All right. Which is Babylon the Great, modern day Egypt. Okay. And the rest of the world, as at the end result of World War III, which will be nuclear, all right, which goes into the lake of fire, which will be here in Babylon, the Great America, and other parts of the world, and also the coming calamities and hell that the Lord is getting ready to bring, and floodgates that He's getting ready to bring on these people, within the rulership of the wicked, okay, which is who's the wicked, so-called Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, as we call them today, the 11 dukes of Edom, okay, who's the head? Amalek, the so-called 48ers, who are the bankers all the way down, okay, to the wise men and Teman, which is Germany, and the rest of the Edomite tribes, okay, this is their kingdom. So I just want to get into this article real quick. Now, it's two groups that you can't speak about, which is here at this site, as you can see, that will get your video flagged, your channel taken down, okay, or demonetized, or who's ever into that. Is Alphabet People Nation. That's what it says. Okay, LBGTQ is Alphabet People. All right. So I'm looking at this site here, and of course the 48ers and Esau who backs these organizations, because he is that's within his spirit as the wicked. Okay, adverse to the scriptures. All right, adverse to the laws. Like Yahawashi said, that the kingdom, well, this kingdom, when he speaks about it having nothing in him, I'm kind of gargling it up, but he was talking about this kingdom here. And back then, it was talking about what? The Roman Empire, the Greco-Roman Empire. And we're in the last leg of that today, okay, ruled by Esau Edom, as it was back then. All right, so this is going into this 10 penny, I believe that's her name, going into these, these jabs, all right, these jump shots, okay, and we're seeing how this is not over. All right, is a video I will recommend, which I'm going to show after I read this, okay, on what's going, what's really happening to people, even that people that are in tip top shape. All right, that's in high school, that's in college, that's in these sports arenas. All right, what's happening to them at a drop of a dime out of nowhere? Okay, and we know what it is, but we're just gonna go as the after effect, I would say, of the jump shot. So let me read this real quick. It says prominent Christian doctor claims CVID vaccine and CVID jabs will turn people into transhumanist cyborgs. And so let's see. It says one of the leaders of the anti-jab movement claimed on TV that the goal of the government's response to the Windows 19 pandemic is to make people either chronically sick or turn them into transhumanist cyborgs. Dr. Sherry Tenpenny of Ohio is an influential source of Windows 19 misinformation. Okay, and it's funny because now I re-uploaded that to my channel. I think my last channel. I think that's the video that got my channel axed, and it received the most views ever on that channel at the time, which shows you that they're in control. And how do they say it? Shadow banning, brothers' channels. All right, that's in his faith, and of course others, so-called truthers. All right, but we're beyond truthers. We're the men of the Lord. We believe. All right. So let me continue on. Say she has also got a history of anti-alphabet statements, especially about you know fender bender people. So she has been using the prestige of her medical degree to push wacky, uh, CV theories, like that the jab make people magnetic and sell detox products to her gullible followers for years. Okay, now it's a video I want to show you about what's this guy? I think he's a senator. I think his name is Rubio. It's at the end of the video. I'm gonna show you that he was considering apologizing to some degree to the conspiracy theorists. Okay, because what's happening to this country or corporation, and what's going on around the world. All right, which is still a stage. You know, two sides of the same bird. But now they're seeing it because they're not the elites, but they are set up to still play that role. Stage, controlled opposition or whatnot. But then again, it's not at the same time because it's part of biblical prophecy that Egyptians shall fight against Egyptian. Okay? So let me continue on. It says she's especially influential on the religious right. She appeared on a stupidity show, a show that calls people who get jabbed shot goblins, and claims that the jabs will result in American killing fields. Okay? We're going to just say allegedly, right? It says the stated goal is to depopulate the planet, and the ones that are left, Salakia, either make them chronically sick or turn them into transhumanist cyborgs. All right, that can be manipulated externally by, what they've been saying allegedly, 5G. Okay, just say it that way. It's by magnets, by all sorts of things. Tip Penny said on the program, all right, which we know about. Okay, you can watch The Matrix when that thing went into Neo's stomach. Okay, Hydra or that Hydra, but it was biomechanical. You can also watch Upgrade. Okay, I think one of the so-called antagonists, he sneezed, right, and guess what came out his nose? It was parasitic. It looked like that of the Hydra. All right, it's biomechanical and it can spread. All right, this information, you go watch that movie yourself. That's a bad movie, man. In other words, a good movie. It says she did not explain what exactly transhumanist cyborg is, but she has attacked alphabet people in the past, including making jokes at the expense of alphabet people's identities and implying Pope Francis works for an alphabet cabal, which is true. Because what does the popes wear? They wear the small hats. Who does that go back to? Okay, they run the cabal or the Zionists or whatnot. That's who he works for. Those are his people. Okay, which goes back to them three unclean frogs in the Book of Revelations. All right, three city-states: Washington, the military; London, financial; and the Vatican is spiritual within Esau's kingdom. Okay, so it says the left-hand side. All right, it says Tenpenny got national attention last year for her claim in front of the Ohio House that the CVID jabs make people magnetic, but she told Stu Peters that she was somehow proved right. And it goes deeper than that because there was a doctor that found out about the graphene that was inside these shots, and this guy mysteriously dies. Okay, I think it was last year, if I'm not mistaken. You know, a lot of people who are in the know were talking about it. Okay, and it goes into to how she felt. Okay, that says the whole issue of this is her Tenpenny, I guess, the whole issue of quantum entanglement and how what the jump shots do in terms of the frequencies and the electronic frequencies that come inside of your body and hook you up to the Internet of Things, the quantum entanglement that happens immediately after you get the jump shot. She continued. You get hooked up to what they're trying to develop. It's called the hive mind, which you've been hearing over the past year. So it shouldn't be a surprise unless you know you're that sleep, right? Which majority of people are, except for now because they're being their bread and circuses is being taken away, especially here in the West. You know, it says, and they want all of us there as a node and as an electronic aviator that is an exact replica of us, except it's an electronic replica. It's not our God-given body that we were born with. And she read my mind because I was thinking that once I read that paragraph. And let me continue. It says in here, and this is what the new trend is on Facebook, which is not called Facebook anymore. It says, and all of that will be running through the metaverse. Okay? Come to find out, Instagram is part of the metaverse, right? All these social media platforms or apps, even WhatsApp is part of the metaverse. Okay? They're already complaining about the metaverse, about sexual harassment within the metaverse. It's psychotic. Okay? Celebrities so-called buying property within the metaverse as if it's real. Snoop Dogg and all of that is bugged out, man. That's why this place got to go. Like Esau, he cannot rule. Okay, it says that they're talking about. It says all of these things are real. Stu, all of them. It's happening right now. It's not some science fiction thing happening now in the future. It's happening right now in real time. Exactly. Okay. So I just want to get into that real quick. You know, like I said, we ain't seen nothing yet. All right, as a result of this jump shot, but people are seeing it. You know, their individual lives they capture it on camera or whatnot. It's far from over. Okay, you're gonna see something out here that's gonna bug people, bug the rest who didn't get the jump shot. They're gonna bug the fuck out when they see it. Okay, true sci-fi, and it's really the terror of the Lord through the left hand. Okay, and let me see if I got it here. Let me get into this and not share the last video of this
Thanks,
Marco
Ollie, for
Rubio,
being here. I
whatever
think
this
I'll
fucking
direct it
name
to
is.
Dr. Fauci, but I
It's
welcome everybody's
about
answer. I just want to go through.
420.
No one knows, not
Okay.
even I, 100% at this point, which is the reason why we are in favor of further investigation.
But going back to precedent, the precedents require them to be similar. The difference between this one and that one is, as I said, 4 months we knew the host for SARS, 9 months we knew the host for MERS. China has all the incentive in the world to produce this host and hasn't done so. And then you add up all these other things. I mean, is it just a coincidence that happened in the city that's doing this kind of research, which, by the way, is controversial? I know you know that you supportive of it, but it's controversial. It's not widely accepted as good. My whole point is there are people out there who had Facebook posts taken down, called kooks, conspiracy theorists.
Yep, and I'm one of them, and the Course brothers are, you know, they all could attest to it, of course, because we know a famine of the word is coming, but it's too late anyway. All right, the Lord has His elect sealed, predestinations, right? So that's why things are playing out overseas. Okay, with this world war, you know, these food shortages. You know what's next? Every time they go into wars, what? The water in all wars is economic collapse. All right, it's like World War II and all the rest of the world wars. Okay, so that's the time limit. So let me continue on.
For saying publicly a year ago what we now say may be possible. And I think those people deserve an apology at a minimum.
Okay, so that's what was said there. And the last video I'm not going to play because they might flag it. All right, let me try to find it. It's this video. Let me see. Salakia. I thought I had it. Hold on. Here we go. See it here.
Details on the deaths of a high school soccer player.
Finland, Denmark star man Christian Eriksen collapsing towards the end of the first half.
The Kennedy High community mourning tonight after one of their high school football players died.
A South Carolina high school football player has died after collapsing at football practice.
Star college basketball player collapsing on the court. We want to warn you, the video may be difficult to watch.
Florida Gators star Keontae Johnson collapsing during the game.
A West Catholic high school student died after collapsing during football scrimmage.
On mile 8, she suddenly felt fuzzy and blacked out.
17-year-old Ryan Jacobs' heart stopped.
Unexpectedly collapsed on the field.
Megan went into cardiac arrest.
Collapsing during Friday night's football game.
The reason for his collapse is unknown.
The reason why Manny collapsed in the first place still isn't known.
So you might be wondering how someone in such great shape could suffer cardiac arrest.
It's a rare thing that happens.
The reporter says the condition is rare. It's just one of those tragedies.
Did she have any songs
Nope.
before this race?
Absolutely not. She felt like she was in the best shape of her life.
Expect those numbers to grow exponentially. And notice the word in certain of those articles, suddenly. Okay? And that's what happens when you trust in this devil. And overall, it was the judgment of the Lord. All right, that's going out. So I'm just get maybe 2 or 3 scriptures and I'm going to close it out. All right? So let me see. This is Proverbs 11 and 11. It says, by the blessing of the upright, the city is exalted. Okay? But you know, the righteous is not in rulership. So there's going to be the reverse. It says, but it is overthrown by the mouth of the wicked. Okay, there's other scriptures to back that up. All right? About, I think it's the book of Daniel's, how the wicked would think to change times and the laws. Okay? At the mouth of the wicked. Who orchestrated this? Okay? This so-called, elites, okay? Government officials, corporations, do what? So-called what? Conspiring, for these shutdowns and these mandates, okay? So that's how the city is overthrown by the mouth of the wicked, right? That's their MO, okay? They did their past history, how they got America and all the other lands, how they got their riches, okay? This is Proverbs 6. It says, the righteousness keepeth him that is upright in the way, but wickedness overthroweth the sinner. And that goes toward our people, all right? They're the only ones that can sin, all right? And most of these top athletes, whether they look, like Edomites, white or not, most likely they're Jakes, the Israelites, all right? Our people, are the blessed as far as the intelligent realm and the physical realm, which they don't show that, on the news as much, the intelligent realm, when it comes to wits and craft, economics, all right? Because he stole all of those ideas from us and, of course, the heathen nations, all right? Turning on Esau. And these heathens borrowed as well. Okay, so I'm going to end it off here. This is Ephesians 5 and 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. All right, in the time of Jacob's trouble, all right, and then the so-called, as they would like to say it, doomsday, okay, judgment day, okay, that's where we are at this point. So I hope this video is edifying to the elect to feed the body of Yahawashi. All right, till next time, Shalom, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, Barakathum. Till next time, Shalom.